My name is Legal, counselor to Director of Finance Baudouin. He locked himself in his office well over a day ago. For some weeks, he's been in a state of agitation. It's very sad that it ended this way. My name is Legal, counselor to Director of Finance Baudouin. He locked himself in his office. Well, he was a weak man. I'd make a far superior Director of Finance. It was for the good of the country. For God's sake, he killed himself. Why am I here?
I'm not altogether certain it wasn't the ghost, but someone has to be brought to trial. Take what you like.
Something kind of creepy about monks. Closed up like that in a big building. Sometimes that's hard on people. Better check out the monastery here on the island, though.
Dear Lord, Friars Stanislas, Bernard, and even the respected Friar Benoit, and then Friar Jean, all dead. It passeth all understanding. 3 monks survive, praise God, but I dare not think. Is it possible that the murderer is one of them? Bah, ridiculous. Which of them would be capable of such an atrocity?
So much happened. First, the death of the elder monks. Friar Jean served them wine, and they immediately became very tired. They went to bed and couldn't be roused. I ran to the doctor. When I came back, what did I find? They were all dead. And there's Friar Jean, strangled at his desk.
Saw a monk right over there, starting a fire he was. A fire, here in the vineyard. Well, I yelled at him to get on out of there, and he ran off.
I am very worried about Friar Honoré. He and Friar Jean were quite close. I fear Jean's murder has affected Honoré's sanity.
Un homme bien étrange.
God's will cannot be understood by mortal man. We search and pray and do the best we can. Small hints can be discerned, say, in the writings of prophets. I believe Nostradamus is one. God's will cannot be understood by mortal man. God's will cannot be understood by mortal man. We search and pray and do the best we can. Small hints can be discerned, say, in the writings of prophets. I believe the conspirators were foretold to die in their sleep. Jean was victim of a fratricide. Is it murder to fulfill a prophecy? It's all coming true, I tell you. Even this.
He's a bit off his nut, if you ask me. Arrest the madman. 9 times out of 10, you're right. Go ahead.
Having trouble?
Bartow the actor. I rent him a room upstairs for his discreet encounters. This evening, he arrived with a bouquet and said a young lady would soon follow. I went out back briefly. When I returned, I found these flowers scattered in a trail out into the street. Then a man dressed in shabby black robes, you know, like a poor student, came running down the stairs and out the door. Very odd. Nothing bad has happened, I hope.
Qui n'a pas son exemplaire? Déjà 40 000 lecteurs comptés. Découvrez l'œuvre fondatrice qui a bouleversé notre temps. l'abbé C.S., le père de la Constituante. Enfin, réédité, enrichi.
Oh, quelque chose les agite, mais quoi?
Well, if it isn't my old friend.
Ouvert à la discussion. La conscience.
One more time through, please.
Figaro, who was it you were speaking so intently with just there?
A young student who shows much promise. He is very talented and witty. He speaks with refinement and, well...
My name is Pascal.
He has a very
generally
pleasing-
play second lead, although
Very
frankly I'm the
pleasing,
superior
I assure
actor.
you. Very
Barto's
pleasing.
the leader
He
of
has
the
one
troupe,
great failing,
so he casts
which
himself
I
as
fear
first.
will impede his advancement.
First
Failing,
lead.
did you say,
He can
Figaro?
barely remember his lines.
What failing
Likes to
could such
mix
a
it
one
up with
have?
the actresses as well. Unprofessional. He's not well liked. Laurent, in point of fact, hates him. Laurent's a bit of a turd himself. Good. Stop there. Where are other actors?
I am the actor Ficaron, loved by all from Marseille to Ghent. We have a tight-knit theatre troupe here. We all get along very nicely, although, well, Pascal can be difficult and argues endlessly with Bartol. But nothing serious. What do you ask?
I'm Rose. I've been acting with the troupe for some time. I'm married to Laurent. I'm worried about him. Neither he nor our lead actor have shown up today. But if he does arrive, don't let him see you talking to me. He's very, very jealous.
Une jeune bergère, il doit chercher à impressionner une fille.
I am the actor Ficaron, loved by all from Marseille to Ghent. We have a tight-knit... You are a clever man. It was my finest role. I waited until Laurent killed Bartol. Then I killed Laurent. Any man who has a sister would do the same. Ah, hello. So delightful to see the man who put me here, where I have no audience.
Actors. I'd give them all the chop if I had my druthers. See what you like.
Shady characters mixed up in this one, eh?
Vous divertir en ma compagnie. Pourtant, je vous imagine bien la bague au doigt. J'espère bien.
Poor Susanna. She was a favourite of that citizen de Sade that came around so much. He never treated her proper. I told her, send him away, but he pays so much. Look, ropes, whip, that's the Sade all right, randy bastard.
J'espère bien.
Oh God, there's men coming and going all the time. I didn't see de Sade last night, but he could have been here. Comes here a lot. It was too dark for me to see him proper. But there were some odd goings on last night. One John came in but didn't stay long enough to really do anything. And then there were two men, but only one went into Susanna's room.
Mégère à la lippe velue. Venez plutôt vous divertir en ma compagnie.
Poser cette agitation.
Intéressant. Ça, c'était bien. Attention, c'est pas moi. Ce sac à vin me fait perdre mon temps. Serait-ce une espèce de jeu?
I made that whip. I suppose it could belong to Desad. I sell him all sorts of things. But you know, there's a student, strange fella. He wanted to buy all the same things that Desad bought. Seemed to think Desad is some kind of god or something. I've got his address in the delivery book. Let me see. Yes, here it is.
À quoi rime cette agitation?
Je crois qu'il est temps que je m'éclipse. Discrètement, mais sans tarder.
Voilà une seconde.
Je l'ai gardé pour le petit.
Susanna, Desard told me about her. I arranged a time and thought about all the things I would do to her. I started to lose my nerve, though, so I drank a couple of bottles of wine. By the time I got there, I couldn't go through with it. I turned around and left.
Anything else?
I heard two men in the dark just when I was leaving. One of them said, "After it's done, come and meet me in the church courtyard at Saint-Nicolas-des-Champs. I'll pay you there."
Vous ne savez pas qu'on frappe avant d'entrer.
Vous ne manquez pas d'aplomb, Warden.
Lâchez donc cette mégère à la lippe velue. Venez plutôt vous divertir en ma compagnie.
Come on then,
I'm
you old
unable to say
reprobate.
what the Marquis was engaged in last night. It was a rare night off for me.
Back to jail.
Unhand my
It's all
master.
too delightful.
Shut up.
Really? Murder a girl? Those days are behind me. But I do enjoy the fuss. I did visit Susanna with some frequency, but not last night. I'm sure my valet can confirm my whereabouts. There was a young man, some days ago, perhaps rather too taken with my philosophies. I recommended Susanna to him. It's not impossible he might know something. It's quite all right, Olivier. This may be amusing.
Arrête donc, vous.
Doucement, espèce de...
Je suis prête à tuer pour une biche de pain. Est-ce vraiment moi?
À la taverne, le soir.
I'm here all the time. I've got nowhere to go. Who are you looking for? I saw a couple of fellas meet here late last night. One of them was dressed all fancy. Must be a servant. I overheard him mention his master, the Marquis. Afterwards, the other man went into that building right there.
Je parie qu'il va se rompre le cou.
Maintenant, demi-tour et repartez d'où vous venez.
Je ne vous attendais pas. Vous entrez comme ça chez les gens?
Tuez ces serpents! Tuez-les tous!
Surtout ne dépensez pas trop ici.
M'asseoir sur un banc, c'est mieux.
I'm unable to say what the Marquis was engaged in last night. It was a rare night off for me. If any of his after the degradations that I've suffered at the Dessards' hands, I jumped at the chance to put a gruesome end to the man. I do hope you're proud of yourself. That animal Dessard should be in here instead of me.
Where's Vidocq? Little beast broke out again. Don't you worry. I'll catch up with him soon enough. He's not that bright. Expect to see him on the gallows one of these fine days. A Jezebel killed. Hardly a crime in my estimation. Take your due.
Oh, monsieur, I am distraught. Who could have done such a thing? He had not a single enemy. All I know is there was an article in the newspaper that made him very upset.
She ran off. She grabbed a dagger, an heirloom. I twisted it away and stabbed her. This is her blood here. She fled through here. You can see the blood.
We saw you in the march.
What are you saying?
You weren't cheering.
Hey,
doesn't
you need
look
to
like
calm
your
down.
heart's in it. I think you're a traitor. With no use for the likes of you with a red.
You can't be found. Here. He's not long dead. Moi non.
Think whatever you want, citizen. What run?
They glory in their ancestors' deeds, vile torturers. They glory in their ancestors' deeds, vile torturers. Their ancestors decimated the Templar Order. They deserve to die horribly. You should not have put me here. I was righting an ancient wrong.
Any fool could have figured that one out, I imagine. Still, take a weapon if you like.
Madame Gerard. My husband and I were invited to dine, and I was looking forward to a lovely evening. The Hennebert are known as a delightful couple.
I hope I'm not to blame in any respect. It was I who advised Hennebert to invite the Gerard. I hoped to calm the murderous political situation. The wine was poured, and we all drank a toast to letting bygones be bygones. Hennebert immediately fell choking to the ground.
I've feared just such an event for weeks. My husband has endured many death threats ever since his vote to spare the king. He even took the extraordinary precaution of hiring Armand to protect himself.
Citizen Hennebert was a political opponent, but he certainly had my respect, and my wife and I were delighted to accept his invitation. I understand that one of his servants has gone missing. That seems odd indeed.
Poor Monsieur Hennebert. He was always kind to me.
It's all my fault. It's my job to protect Monsieur Hennebert. I search everyone who enters this house for weapons or vials of poison. I also taste his food and wine before he has any, but I failed. I tasted the wine just before it was served by André. Like an idiot, I didn't taste it directly from his glass. A guest could have slipped poison into his empty glass long before the wine was poured.
André brought in the wine. Armand here tasted it, and André poured everyone a glass. They toasted, and right away, Monsieur looked all queer. Then he fell dead. I am worried about André, though. He's completely disappeared. Here, I'll give you his address. He might know something.
Margaret!
That's it. Get over here! I'll finish you quick if you ask nice.
When I come back,
My son ran to the apothecary. The one near the post office.
Ah.
Surely that's not natural.
Huh? What's going on?
Austria, traitor!
What's the matter? I didn't know anything happened to Monsieur Hennebert. After I poured the wine, I stepped back to the servants' area. A messenger came to tell me that my sainted mother had taken a turn for the worse. I ran home, then rushed here to buy her some medicine. The only unusual thing about the evening was that just before the wine was served, Madame Girard's necklace broke. Monsieur Girard tried to fix it at the table.
Reconnaître que certains se
Bon, sans doute un peu plus dans ma...
Un homme bien étrange.
Hey! Hey! That's mine! Help! Someone! There's a thief!
J'espère qu'il ne va pas voir ma femme.
Calme-toi, voyons.
Bien, je ne sais pas trop quoi en penser. Il faut l'envoyer à Bicêtre.
I do a lot of work for important politicians. I don't much like folks nosing about. Get on out of here.
Patience, l'ami.
Si tu pars.
c'est. Il devait nous retrouver ici. Le vois-tu à l'entrée? Il devait nous retrouver ici. Le vois-tu à l'entrée?
Et où vous croyez-vous, citoyens?
Pourquoi fait-il ça?
Ça vient de là-bas.
Je suis seul à ne pas savoir.
Ce sac à main me fait perdre mon temps.
Maman surpris par le mari.
Hello. Hello, Sneaksby. Got an eye on you.
Who are you?
Citizen Hennebert was a political opponent, but he certainly had my respect. And my wife and I were delighted to...
Well, he voted to spare the king. Such men are traitors to the revolution. He was a traitor to the revolution. I should get a medal.
I still can't make this one out. The glass won't break. Odd. Go ahead, choose.
What, a gold tooth? Not many folks with gold teeth. There's a barman right close by, at the Limping Dog Tavern. I'd hate to think he's been killed.
I found that bag sitting in the mud. Did you see? A gold tooth. I only know one man with a gold tooth. He lives with his daughter on the Rue de la Verrerie, number 5.
What'll it be? Gold tooth? Yeah, this front one right here. I'm damn proud of it. Real tooth got knocked out in a bar fight.
Here, brother.
Give me a name!
Rôle s'y entend.
Monsieur, j'ai exactement ce que...
Bella. Yes? You mustn't carry on this way.
Oh, Jamie, he's been gone for days. What shall I do? What am I to do? I can't sleep. I scarcely eat. My father has disappeared. He's easily recognized. Tall, has a gold front tooth. He can be rather strict, but he has my best interests at heart.
Bella's father went out to make some purchases 3 days ago and never returned. The grandmother is always making lists of errands for him.
Moi, je serai toi. Je lui ferai une bonne rousse. Oh, c'est ton nom.
J'ai fait une tache sur ma chemise. Que je rentre me changer.
Pensez-vous qu'il m'en a envoyé une lettre?
I'm the girl's grandmother, bless her heart. I'm too frail to run errands, so her father will do them. I'd given him a list and sent him out to buy some things. I don't remember everything that was on that list, but I did want some things from the merchant right down the street on Rue des Lombards.
Kill him!
Coming, brother! I'm guessing.
Oh, yes. The man with the gold tooth. A few days ago he came by, bought shoes and sundries. His next stop was a butcher's shop that he'd never visited before. Asked me where it was. He left his list behind.
Vraiment surpris par le mari.
Pourquoi autant d'agitation? Aurait-il perdu l'esprit?
Seigneur, mais que se passe-t-il donc? Ça tous les jours. Il a point d'accueillarde.
Pourquoi celui? On aurait pu l'empêcher.
I must have been out for a while. Took a real blow to the head. Fella came in here, I thought he was a customer. Then he jumped in my own shop. He was wearing a tradesman's coat and a three-corner hat. Oh, he had some kind of crazy accent. Scottish, maybe?
Un divertissement intéressant.
Your hands off me!
Quel mal appris! Hey, retourne dans ta ferme.
Du calme. Gondi Rust, regardez où vous allez.
Ça vient de là-bas.
Un homme commande en quoi?
C'est un peu fort.
C'est pas ce croix.
don't do business with extortionists. Get away. This is my fight!
Posez cette agitation.
Bella's father went out to make some purchases 3 days ago and never returned. The grandmother's always making lists. Yes, I turned him into mincemeat and he deserved it. Old miser.
Voilà.
I should have chopped you up into haggis as well.
Chopped him up, eh? Nasty business. Well, pick a weapon.
Tu dois lire ça. Moi-même, je ne croyais pas.
Show some courtesy. I must perfectly capture the death of such a hero to the people. I need to focus.
Why have we been forsaken? He was a true revolutionary.
I've seen so many women coming in and out of that house, you'd think he was running a brothel.
They rounded up suspects and took them to Saint-Germain prison by the gendarmes. They're lucky if they survive the trip.
Marat was one of my patients. I was treating a horrible skin condition he developed while hiding in the sewers. I'll write you the address if you think you might find something there that'll lead to the swine who did this. Marat spoke often of how he might be made a sacrifice for his people. His prophecy is fulfilled.
A woman came in here last week and brought that knife. That ebony handle makes it one of my most expensive, but she didn't care about the price. She asked about the address of some hotel. I've never heard of it, though.
Ne mélange pas tout fait du corps.
J'espère qu'il n'est pas sujet au vertige.
Who's side are you on there?
He's safe.
Il y a une excellente boulangerie.
Étrange manière de faire de l'électricité.
On n'aura pas pour tout le monde. Oui, monsieur.
He was so obsessed with the revolution, he spent all our money on it. I hardly got the attention I deserved. I suppose he died how he wanted. A martyr.
I was sent to his house to kill him, but the job was finished by the time I got there. With what Marat was publishing, it was either him or us. I don't recognize that list of names of Girondins, but you could ask some of our leaders. I'll write you an address. Go there and show the list.
I'd be lying if I said I was heartbroken. Jean-Paul drove my lover away. So overprotective. And with all the enemies he's made in Paris, I was living in constant terror.
I did it. Bastard deserved it. He got my father killed. My father was no traitor. A filthy scum Marat was.
You'll find the proof it's me soon enough. I just wanted his death to send fear into the hearts of Marat's believers for as long as I could.
Il est drôle.
60 livres par six.
I don't recognize that list of names either. But it's quite the coincidence that the first letters of those names spell the word Providence.
Alors voyons voir ce que ce bacane de la Lurette raconte.
Ces esprits de la Brothel.
Ah, elle a mal.
Génie humain que celui des Lumières.
J'espère toutefois que les ondes de tiers état, bien à son exemplaire. BCS.
Bon sang, regardez-le faire.
Elles sont toutes comme ça. Tu n'y peux rien. Tu ferais mieux de l'oublier.
Évidemment, je parle pour moi. Je suis un vieux garçon. Le mariage? Mais ce n'est pas pour moi.
Oh, il va falloir t'y faire. Elles sont toutes comme ça. Tu n'y peux rien.
Attention.
Tu ferais mieux de l'oublier.
Une femme mettra la main sur Jean-Christophe de la Boulette. J'aime trop les plaisirs voilà. Vous seriez surpris. Écoutez, c'est une tradition.
Oh, il va falloir t'y faire. Elles sont toutes comme ça. Tu n'y peux rien. Tu ferais mieux de l'oublier.
Évidemment, je parle pour moi. Je suis un vieux garçon. Ah, chez mon vin.
I said I want all the money you've got!
J'ai oublié,
Come here, you!
Mais qu'y a-t-il?
Entrée de la BCS.
Vraiment surpris par le mari.
Découvrez l'œuvre fondatrice qui peuvent se soumettre à cette réglementation.
Oh!
Mais il est fou!
Vous aurez appris les dernières
Who signed you on that? Exactly, you accuse me. You find I'm no traitor. What is your problem? You're a royalist. Godspeed.
Godspeed.
Arrêtez des torches! On va en avoir besoin!
You'll find the proof it's me soon enough. I just wanted his death to send fear. I kill one man to save 100,000. There is no turning back. Soon I shall accept the embrace of Madame Guillotine, a humble offering to the citizens of France.
Can't say I'm surprised about Citizen Marat. The man had plenty of enemies. I'm surprised he lasted this long. Go ahead and pick a weapon. I can't help you. Christ.
Some shady characters mixed up in this one.
Who would do such a thing? Oh, my poor Alexandre.
Hey, good looking.
Oh, the murder. I feel sorry for the poor guy, but it was a real show. Pretty much blew a giant hole in him. You know who you should talk to? Sergeant Saint-Brie. He's the veteran loads that cannon every morning. Check Café Février. Table by the window.
Last night, I did manage to wake up and I swear I saw somebody fiddling with the cannon. Then he limped away. Cripple, I guess. I conked out.
I come by every day to set my pocket watch. I saw the young man waiting over there, holding a bouquet of flowers. Then bam! Very upsetting, as you can imagine. I did notice one thing. The cannon usually points in a different direction.
We had a rendezvous. I arrived at the stroke of noon and that cannon suddenly fired. He was instantly killed. As far as I know, he hadn't an enemy in the world. Ma parole.
Damn it, I missed the old thing. Nah, otherwise today pretty much like any other. Unless you count the old colonel who come limping in early this morning, had a coffee with the sergeant. They seem like old pals.
I am Sergeant Saint-Brie, veteran of the Corsican campaign, and I don't take kindly to jokes, young man. It is my honor and duty to load that damn solar contraption every damn morning. I load it with scraps of paper. Paper! Couldn't hurt a child. Today was a day like any other. Now, leave me alone.
I come here quite often. I was here this morning, in fact. It's the only time I've seen someone sitting with the sergeant over there. As it happens, I recognise the man. I served under him as a fusilier. Colonel de Frolois. As it happens, I think I know the man from the army days. I don't recall the name, but I believe he became a scientist of some sort. He may actually work at the Collège de Quatre Nations.
Il est drôle. Hey, what?
I heard the shot and all the screaming. I'm the inventor of that cannon, you know. Quite ingenious, I think. Unfortunate business, the killing, but it will bring attention to my invention.
I've just heard. Poor man. I can't understand it.
Mon frère n'est pas...
Pendez-les avec leurs tripes!
Encore un misérable voleur. Mon frère n'est pas loin. Il va se faire mal.
Je ne veux pas tous d'un coup.
Quoi? Marcher ne lui suffit donc.
Faites-en de la charpie!
Ah, il va avoir du mal à se remettre de ça.
Par Dieu.
utilise un vocabulaire.
Whoever you are, take care to speak to Citizen de Frolois with the greatest respect. He is a veteran of the Corsican campaign, and his military prowess is only matched by his scientific expertise in chemistry and ballistics.
My time is much too important to answer impertinent questions. Address yourself to my aide-de-camp.
Prématuré et d'accès de variole, Madame Raymond est à la recherche de blanchisseuses. Elles travailleront sur la berge, près de la tour de Nesle et du site du nouveau pont de la Concorde.
Good morning,
Devront
citizen.
être jeunes.
I'm afraid that we cannot accept any more entries into the contest. However, you can still make a monetary pledge to the revolutionary cause. Just sign here.
Débardeurs de cadavres, rassembleurs de têtes, charretiers et épandeurs de chaux vives. Pas d'expérience exigée. Présentez-vous sur place.
Pourquoi tout ce fracas?
J'espère toutefois que les ombres qui accompagnent ces lumières ne s'étendront pas trop.
My time is much too important to answer impertinent questions. Address yourself to my aide-de-camp. It was a stupid mistake. My only thought was to disrupt an experiment. But I am the most deserving scientist. Just look at how ingenious was my plot. It was a stupid mistake. My only thought was to disrupt an experiment. But I am the most deserving scientist. Just look at how ingenious was my plot. Any fool could have figured that one out, I imagine. Still, take a weapon if you like.
What are you doing here? This is a private tragedy. If you must know, I am Amélie Monvoisin. This was my elder sister, Valérie Duclos. I refuse to believe that Georges poisoned her, even after what she said. Valérie and I were quite close, but I must say, she was simply dreadful the entire evening, drinking too much, insulting everyone. The worst was when she announced she planned to denounce Georges to the Committee of Public Safety.
Never liked her. Never. Even when her husband, rest his soul, was alive. He was a true gentleman, he was. Mr. George was his friend. Used to come by for meals and eat and eat. Pity he'll be getting the chop. But Madame spent her day lording it over poor Miss Amélie and yelling at Master Pierre. Who knows what Miss'll do now? Not having a penny to her name and not likely to find a husband at her age.
She was my mother.
I promised your father I'd watch over your family. And look how I did.
My mother was often difficult, and she was particularly nasty this evening. I suspect it had to do with a letter she received earlier in the day. In any case, she became angrier and angrier until she finally stormed out into the garden. I told Lucille to take her a calming cup of hot chocolate, but Aunt Amélie, fearing Lucille would upset Mother even further, took the cup away. Mother's always been unhappy that I inherited most of Father's wealth, and she often accused Lucille of wanting only my money. But that's all over now, isn't it? Lucille and I can marry at last.
Yes, she threatened me. She made baseless threats at every dinner party. But she was getting angrier and angrier, so I repaired to the terrace with my brandy. On my way back down, I encountered Amélie. She sent me out to the garden to calm her sister with some hot chocolate. On my way back down, I encountered Amélie. She sent me out to the garden to calm her sister with some hot chocolate.
along very well. Oh, she was a bit concerned about her son being younger than me, I suppose. But I've known her since before her husband died. Poor man took ill and asphyxiated. Shame. He did manage to put Georges in charge of the family finances. My, that made Valérie furious. Very amusing. Tonight, she seemed especially angry. She's never threatened Georges with execution before. Oh well, takes all kinds.
If you must know, I am Amélie Mauvoisin. This was my... Damn you! Interfering where you're not wanted. Valérie didn't deserve that money. I did much more for the honor of the family. She was nothing but a vile, hectoring drunk. You. If I were you, I'd be careful what I drank.
I love a hot chocolate myself. I believe I'll have one now. Meanwhile, see if there's something you want.
Shady characters mixed up in this one, eh?
I couldn't stand Professor Marcel. He was so strict. I'm sure his office mate, Professor Frisson, is happy he's dead. I know he is.
I'm shocked. He was quite meticulous, but I didn't mind. He'd even given me lessons last night. Professor Marcel was cold, but a kind man at heart.
As a fellow member of the faculty, I'm devastated. As a friend, heartbroken. Professor Marcel and I roomed together for several years. We shared our offices. Of course, we had our differences, but I'm in complete shock.
Could be Professor Marcel's experiment went wrong. Just look at that mess. Such a shame. He was a good man. Always made sure to clean up after himself. Not sure how he roomed upstairs with that filthy Professor Frisson. That man was raised in a barn.
indiqué. Quoique, c'est une réimpression de l'or.
Mais frappe là où il ne garde.
He knew before the devil learned the price of his blasphemous teachings. He and his students, denouncing our Lord and questioning our holiest truths.
To tell you the truth, I'd often hear Professor Marcel and Father Carrevaux arguing in the street. I did notice the professor was working quite late on my walk home past the school. The candles from his office were lit. As a fellow member of the faculty, I'm devastated. As a friend, the man was a coward who'd taken it upon himself to ruin my career. I'm glad he's gone. The years I've spent on my research wasted. All wasted.
Quite the experiment, wasn't it? Best not to mess with chemicals, I think. Huh? Pick a weapon. Nothing, eh? That's what I expected.
Having trouble? It's a tough one, isn't it?
Finally get a vacation, only to find a headless corpse rotting in my tannery. That thing's been sitting here at least a few days. But the wound on his chest, only a custom blade can do that. I've heard rumours those awful gangs love to leave their mark on their victims.
A few days ago, I heard some strange noises outside my window late in the night. When I looked outside, I saw someone going into the tannery carrying something quite large. I just assumed it was Citizen Gilbert, working late as always. I had no clue he was vacationing and someone broke in. Otherwise, I'd have told someone.
How can I not recognize my own masterpiece? Of course, it belongs to Warden LaRue. You must return this. I'm sure he'll be looking for it. You'll find him working at the prison at La Salpêtrière, or home with his wife, Madame Camille. I'll write down the address for you.
Le coquin.
plate left the mark of an X. Well, that's one of mine. I forge 'em custom for the Gangley Marcher Law. It stands for X marks the spot or some such thing. The hooded fella, much like yourself, purchased one of those blades a few days ago. Look, I can't be responsible for these once they're sold. Check the tavern, Le Creux. It's where les Marcheurs Morts spend most of their time. I'll write down the address for you.
C'est amusant. Jusqu'à ce que quelqu'un se blesse.
The horror, the gall of these vermin. Look at what they've done. Poor Warden LaRue's head, placed on a pike for all in the prison to see. Surely a message to me who must follow his brave tenure. I'd wished him a good night just yesterday. I'd heard rumors of his gambling debts with Les Marcheurs Morts, that wretched gang.
Calmez-vous.
C'est une occasion à saisir.
My husband had many enemies. Running a prison made sure of that. I must admit, he'd been missing 2 nights before I could bring myself to tell the police. It's no secret that I wasn't faithful, but I would never do such a horrible thing.
Me? Well, I'm here to console Madame Camille, that's all. Just a friend.
I knew something was wrong. Warden Leroux was always home late, but for him to simply vanish for 2 days made no sense. I heard he'd been mixed up with les Marcheurs Morts, that horrible gang, but I honestly thought it was just rumors.
Dois-je appeler la garde? Non, mais a-t-on déjà vu ça?
Divertissement intéressant.
Seigneur, pourquoi tant d'agitation?
He deserved better than this. He had his faults, but he was a good man. Not that his wife even cares. Such fake tears. Always running off with a new man.
I was expecting someone to come by and pin LaRue's death on us. Sure, the Warden had some debt. But we were negotiating the release of some of my men in return. Why would I toss away a deal like that? I'm not a fool.
No way past here, mate.
Qu'attendez-vous de moi, citoyen? Hey, I know nothing, say nothing. I just serve Les Machers Morts their ale and carry about me business. You can take it up with their leader upstairs.
Probablement un voleur qui fuit les gars.
Come on, just a little friendly chat.
Ce drôle s'y entend.
Ça tombe bien.
Vous avez vu ça?
The horror, the gall of these vermin. Look at what they've done. Poor Warden LaRue's head placed on a... Accuse me? But I'm in charge of the prison you'd like to throw me in. The irony of being locked up here. Are you enjoying this? Are you?
I was certain the wife did it. She knows the town a little too well, if you know what I mean. Take your pick.
Philibert? I sent him to retrieve supplies from the merchant days ago, and he's not returned. You'd have to ask Philibert where the hell Philibert has gone. I'll write down the address, but first, I'll take my keys back. Thank you very much.
Philibert? Haven't seen him. What do you have there? Chartreuse, quite rare. You know the Carthusian monks are famous for making it, and the Carthusian nuns are just as famous for hiding it as well. Philibert? Haven't seen him. What do you have there? Chartreuse, quite rare. You know the Carthusian monks are famous for making it, and the Carthusian nuns are just as famous for hiding it as well.
Il manifeste toujours.
Tu le peux ou non?
Yeah, Philibert was here. Fought us a few rounds. Kept going on and on about his sister. I thought he was an orphan, but who knows?
Sure. Philibert was here last night. I had to cut the bastard off. That dumb drunk owes me plenty of coin. Promised he'd pay with enough shekel to last me a year. I was dumb enough to believe him. I'll check with the regulars. They might know more.
Vas-y, va le voir pour lui expliquer la situation. Je suis sûr qu'il t'écoutera avec attention pendant que ces cerbères te briseront les os un par un. Chargé, c'est sûr. Je te jure que je finirai le travail des frères d'Amélie. Tu
Philibert! I love that floor. Buy me a drink, and I might remember. Maybe.
Can't say I talk to him. My music keeps me busy enough.
Qui gardera la boutique?
Je m'en occuper.
Qu'est-ce qui prend tant je vous imagine bien la balle des doigts.
Yes, that's one of our Bibles. We hand out so many of these to those in need of God's embrace. And that's the blood of Christ, my son. Do you feel his call? The chartreuse? That's none of your business. Best you move along. Idle hands.
This graveyard's been too busy for my liking. I got missing tools, and someone even broke into the catacombs. Found a pretty rosewood cross down there, though. Thought I'd give it to the convent.
Yes, that's one of our Bibles. We hand out so many of these to... The Lord bestowed this chartreuse to us for good reason. I would never allow a peasant to tarnish its name. Must I be made to suffer for being guided by the hand of the Lord?
I'm sure Philibert had noble intentions, but even I know not to touch that chartreuse. Find a weapon you like. It's yours.
I've actually overheard many very ghostly noises, and even the ghost speaking. Through that very door, Baudouin alone in the room, and the ghost speaking with a terrifying accent. I've heard this several times.
The legend must be true. Long ago, a Bavarian murderer was executed nearby, and his red ghost has haunted this palace to this day. Have you seen the painting? It appeared from nowhere just yesterday.
My name is Legal, counselor to Director of Finance Baudouin. He locked himself in his office well over a day ago. For some weeks, he's been in a state of agitation. It's very sad that it ended this way.
We just now heard a shot. We all ran to find out what happened. I believe it was the Red Ghost. A few nights ago, I saw the ghost myself. I turned a corner and saw him disappear right through this door. Dressed in red with an unutterably horrific expression.
There's only two ways this
Go on then.
ends.
Blood of cowards. You think you can make me talk?
You got a family.
Not giving you a thing to
Soyez les sous, soyez les fous.
Yes, I made that elixir. It's just a few herbs tossed together to make something that stinks. A wealthy fellow, Baudouin, came in. Wanted something to keep spirits away. I told him he was a fool, but he paid well enough for me to concoct this.
Un homme comme on en voit peu.
J'espère qu'il n'est pas...
Du travail pour nos fils!
Nous avions convenu.
L'autre soir, dans la grange de mon père.
Il est bien moins virulent d'un coup.
Here.
Aïe! I've been wrong!
Brisez-leur le crâne sur le sol! Faites-leur manger la cervelle de leurs voisins!
Ce vin de Touraine n'est pas trop bon. Notre hôte s'était compris. Ça se met bien.
Monsieur, quelle défiance. Dieu Henri, et vous voilà qui fait des nids.
À quoi on traîne?
Grand gentilhomme, mais sévère et nouveau préparé.
Regardez, retenez, citoyens!
Tu sais que Dieu nous a choisi d'hériter.
L'important est que ce que nous voyons.
Qu'à la cour, les choses sont là.
Sûr. C'est ton cœur que je sens.
don't care. You owe me.
But I have no money. Please.
Shut up while I beat you to a bloody pulp.
It couldn't have been Baudouin who cheated. He lost everything. I've seen the papers. His bank is furious. He owes his creditor thousands. Someone was cheating, but who?
Whose side are you on? What exactly are you accused of? Who are you fighting for? I'm no traitor. No, I get it.
Contre le coup. Maudit russe.
L'odeur des rues doit être moins forte là-haut.
J'ai donc une raison à faire, moi. Je ne l'ai pas. Si vous cessiez de m'appeler.
Outrecuidance.
My husband can be very, very jealous, but he isn't the sort of man to kill anyone.
I do not answer to members of the working class.
C'est vrai. J'en conviens, mais le brasier est violent.
Bah, l'important est de se tenir éloigné des flammes.
My name is Legal, counselor to Director of Finance Baudouin. He locked himself in his office well over a day. He was a weak man. I'd make a far superior Director of Finance. It was for the good of the country. For God's sake, he killed himself. Why am I here?
I'm not altogether certain it wasn't the ghost, but someone has to be brought to trial. Take what you like.
Having trouble? It's a tough one, isn't it?
Stop, you! Yes, you!
Those papers are for a patient we just released. He always blabbered on about being a fisherman, so your best bet is to check the river. We also had a patient escape a few weeks ago. You can check their cells inside, just down the steps.
Traitor!
What happened? I had a paper cut, but my whole arm got infected because it's so filthy in here. Some surgeon thought he had the right to hack it clean off. The pain almost killed me.
Probablement simple d'esprit.
Of course that's my journal. Proof my assistant is taking jobs behind my back. He's always late and off doing God knows what. I don't care how good he is with a blade. I can't trust a man who's stealing clients. Best to let him go.
What can I say? My boss is a good barber, but a horrible surgeon. I was using his clients to make a little money on the side. Cut out the middleman.
Un homme comme moi. Je parie qu'il avale le filet.
I was fishing a few days ago and I found a body floating in the river. Cut up arms and legs, too. It must have floated here from upstream. I didn't know what to do with it, so I took it to the cemetery. I'm sorry.
You want me to come over here and crush you, you pellet?
Please, help. My wife is missing. She'd just come home from the butcher, but when I went into the bedroom upstairs, she was gone and there's blood everywhere. I think it's hers. Please, help me.
Murders? Well, some crazy man came by here rambling about a corpse. That's all I know. How about some fresh pork? My assistant can give you a perfect cut. He's a little slow in the head. Came in here a few weeks ago begging for work, but I tell you, the boy has a gift. A gift that finally leaves me some time to get some fishing in.
I just want to work. I won't bother no one. What do you want? I must work. I just want to work. I won't bother no one. What do you want? Let me cut meat. There was so much to cut, so little time. So much meat left to cut. Can't stop. Never stop.
Horrible. That's the last time I fish in those waters. Have a look and see which weapon suits you.
Bien. Nous avons la commande originale, plus le surplus demandé expressément. Pour tout le monde.
purse belonged to my boss, Madame Baudry, and she hasn't come into work yet. But the bottle, we sell plenty of tonic, but without the label, I can't tell you. Our chemist Nicholas would know if it's ours, or you could talk to Samuel Marat, the apothecary. He sells the same tonic. I'll write you their addresses. Just don't tell Madame Baudry. Her and Samuel, I'd say hateful would be a mild way to sum up their relationship.
Il va se faire mal.
Yeah, that bottle is from Madame Baudry's shop. I'd recognize it anywhere. Thank God that awful wretch isn't here today. She pays me nothing, and I've had enough. Citizen Moran's given me a better offer. Just need to procure myself a little tonic, if you'll excuse me.
What a surprise to meet you.
One of your ilk. Let me through. Mais tout ça, c'est de la viande.
Ah, voilà un client.
That's not my tonic. You see the cork there? I always mark mine when counting stock. No mark means it's Madame Baudry. That wretched merchant dilutes her tonics with all sorts of chemicals to keep her prices down. It's putting me out of business. Take too much of that poison and you'll be a dead man. That's not my tonic. You see the cork there? So I did it! But how many lives did I save from her vile poison?
I was protecting the citizens of Paris. That woman deserved a taste of her own poison.
You're lucky you weren't poisoned yourself. Take a weapon.